Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Today's video will be on a classic Sudoku by Philip Newman. Philip is known for posting classic Sudokus which has some tough techniques in them and advanced logics. If you want to play out the Sudoku yourself, please check out the link given in the description of the video. I would highly recommend you to try the Sudoku out yourself and then come back and watch the video. Let us move on to the rules. Simple classic rules: each row, column and 3x3 box will have digits from 1 to 9 without repetition. And before solving, if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please check out the videos that we have posted earlier, and if you feel they are interesting enough, subscribe to the channel. So let us start solving the Sudoku now. Okay. There is a 1 in rows 1 and 2, which means that these two cells will contain a 1. There is a 3 in column 7 and 8, which means one of these two cells will have to contain a 3. There is an 8 in column 5, 8 in row 5, which means that 8 in box 5 would have to be in these cells. Okay, a simple scanning technique is not yielding much, but if you look at this box, this is quite nice to spot. You have a 3, 8, 9 in box 8, right? And in row 9 we have 2, 4, 6 as givens outside that box, which means that 2, 4, 6 in this box will be locked in these three cells, right? A locked triplet, 2, 4 and 6, which means that these three cells must be 1, 5, 7 for the box, but we have 5 in column 4 and 6, which means this is a 5 and there is a 7 here, so this is a 7 and this is a 1. And now I think you can fill row 3. There is a 3 in box 9, which means that this cell will have to be a 3 and remaining digits must be 8 and 9 for the row, and you have an 8 here, which means that this must be a 9 and this must be 8. A smooth start to the Sudoku. So we have to see if these the digits that we have just now placed are giving us something. So you have a 7 in these two columns, which means that 7 must be in these two cells. There is a 1 in column 5 and 6, which means 1 must be in these cells. Okay, 2 can be removed from here. This is not a 2. There is a 9 in column 7 and column 8, which means that 9 must be in these cells. 8 in column 7 and 9, which means you will get an 8 here. Okay. So let us just try to look at the symmetrically opposite side. We got some triplet here and we'll see if there is something of that sort here. So 1, 3 and 4, but you have a 1 here already, so there is no way for getting a triplet. There is a 3 in column 4 and 3 in row 1, which means that 3 will be in one of these cells. There is a 5, 6 in box 2, so these cells cannot take a 5, 6, and there are 3 cells left for the 5, 6, but if you look at column 3, there is a 5 and 6 in that, so which means that we have a hidden pair in row 1. Beautiful guys, nice deduction. So 5, 6 in row 1 has only 2 cells left, can't be in column 3, so it has to be in row 1, column 1 and row 1, column 9. So we can lock the 5, 6 pair. And 9 is in row 7, which means that 9 must be in one of these cells. So now let us start looking for cells maybe which have 3 candidates in them, and if the Sudoku gets harder progressively, we will try to write more candidates. So for now this column strikes me 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, so remaining must be 1, 5, 6 and 7. There is a 7 here, so this must be a 1, 5, 6. So this is a 1, 6, 7 because of the 5 here, and these two cells must be 1, 5, 6 and 7. There is a 5 in box 4, 5 can't be here, 5 can't be here, so 5 has to be in these two cells. Okay, maybe that will help later on. Okay, let us look at these three cells because they are constrained. 1, 5, 6, 3 and 4, so remaining must be 2, 7, 8 and 9. So 7 and 9 is in this column, so this must be 2 and 8. This must be 2, 7, 9 because of the 8. This must be 2, 8 and 9, and this must be 2 is here, so this must be a 7, 8 and 9. So there is 1 4 8 9 here, and these two cells cannot take 2 and 6 also. So these two cells must be 3 5 and 7. But because of the 3 here, you can remove the 3 from here. So this is 5 7 and this is 3 5 and 7. So these three cells cannot be 2 3 4 6 9. They must be 1 5 7 8. There is a 5 here. So this must be 1 7 8, and these two cells must be 1 5 7 and 8. Not going to write that for now. Okay, let us look at column 2, 2 3 4 and 9, 5 and 8, which means that 1 6 and 7 must go here. Okay, we have a potential triplet forming in this row. So if we can get one more cell which is 1 6 and 7, we would have locked a triplet inside that row. So if I look at this cell, it can't be 2 5 6, it cannot be 1 3 9. So this can only be 4 7 and 8, right? Okay, this is a hard Sudoku, there is no doubt about it, because even after so many pencil marks, if you are unable to locate any pairs or triplets hidden, then it must means that there must be something which is tough to spot in the Sudoku. Okay, we missed a simple 3. There is a 3 in column 1 and 2, which means that we could have placed the 3 here, right? And these two cells now become the 3 because of classic. 2 3 5 6, so remaining must be 1 4 7 8 9. So this can't be 9, so 1 4 7 8, this can't be 8. Okay, this cannot be 4 and 8, right? So this must be 1 7 and 9. Those are the only possibilities. So in row 6, 8 has only 2 cells left, either this cell or this cell. Okay, so we already deduced that 5 is in one of these two cells, so we just need to remember them and use that at the right time, possibly. Okay, this cell is constrained 3 5 6 7 and 1 and 9, so this must be 2 4 and 8. No other possibility. Okay, let us look at these cells. Can't be 1 5 6, cannot be 2 8, so they must be 3 4 7 and 9. But if you look at this cell, row 3 column 6 cannot be 7 and 9, so this must be 3 4 and this must be 3 4 7 9. Okay, all possibilities. Is there any other digit that you are missing, guys? Simple classic. Let us look carefully. Let me write some candidates here. 2 3 4 9 and 1 and 5 are ruled out, so this must be 6 7 8. Okay, this cell can't be 1 4 8 and 9, cannot be 3 and 5, so this must be 2 6 7. There is something interesting going on here. Not sure what really. Oh, again, we could have done something with the 3's, guys. There is a 3 in row 1 and 3 is in one of these two cells, right? Which means that we could have placed the 3 here. So 3 gets eliminated from here. So 5 7, because of this 5 7 pair, we get the 6 here, right? So this would be a 6 and that would be a 5 and this would be a 2. 5. Okay, we locked the pair and after which we got some quick digits and that gives us a 5 here. So let us continue with the 5's now. So is there anything else? 5 is in these 3 cells, 5 is in these 3 cells. Okay, nothing much there. So because of this 5 7 pair, we can remove the 7 from here and place the 7 in box 2. This must be 7 and this must not be a 7. This must be 8 and 9. And now we have a 2 in one of these cells, which means that this cell is not a 2. This is a 4 or a 8. And this cell must be 1, 5, 6, 7 and 2 and 8. So this must be 3, 4, 9. Okay. Okay, there is a 6 here, right? Which means this is not a 6. This is a 2, 4. Let us look at row 3, guys, because 2, 6, 8 and 5 and 7. So remaining must be 1, 3, 4 and 9. You have a 3 here and a 4 here and a 9 here. Superb. So this must be a 1, a hidden single there. 2, 6, 5, 7, 8 and remaining digits are 1, 3, 4, 9. You have 3, 4, 9 here. So this is a 1. Superb. That's a nice hidden single. So this must be 6, 7. 1, 2, 6, 5, 7, 8. So this must be 4 and 9 because of the 3 here. So 4, 9, 8, 9. Any vibing? Not really. So let us look at these two cells. They can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and this cell cannot be a 9. So this is 1, 7, 8 and this can't be 8. So this is 1, 7 and 9. Let us look at column 2. It's almost filled. 2, 4, 5, 9, 1 and 3. So remaining digits are 6, 7 and 8. So let me place that here. What are we missing here? So let me look at this column 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. So remaining digits are 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is a 7 here. So this must be 4, 5 and 6. And this is not a 5. So this is 4, 6 and 7. The reason I am writing more and more candidates inside the grid is that at a stage, if at any stage you are unable to get something in the grid and if you feel that more information is needed, try to write some more candidates. Otherwise, you can just keep looking at the grid to see if there is something hidden. 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. So 4, 6, 7, 8. There is a 4, 8 here. So 6 and 7 must go in these cells. Okay, nothing much there. And if I look at this cell, this also has 3 candidates, a 1, 6 and 7. And that is also not giving something. Okay, so at this point we have a very tough deduction, guys. I am able to see something inside the grid that is kind of far-fetched to see, but I am not really sure if there is something better in the grid. So maybe you guys can let us know if there is something better at this point. So here in this stage, you can eliminate the 8 from this cell, and I'll tell you my line of thinking. So if I have the 8 in this cell, I had marked 8 to one of these two cells, right? So if I had the 8 here, this quickly becomes 4 and this quickly becomes 2 and this becomes a 9, right? So we have 8, 9 here. We have 4 and the 9 here, and look at these two cells. They can only be between 3, 4 and 9, and if you remove 2 of those possibilities to these two cells, both of these cells becomes 3, right? A tough deduction to see. I'm not even sure what this technique is called. So you can't have the 8 here, guys. So I'll show you in a better way. If you have the 8 here, this quickly becomes a 4. I'll use the corner pencil mark. This quickly becomes the 4. Okay, I have the corner pencil mark here and the center here. So let me just use the center one. So if this is an 8, this becomes 4. This becomes 2 and this becomes a 9, right? And now look what happens to these two cells. Both of them become 3. It's not at all easy to see. It's a really difficult deduction to see. I'm not sure what this technique is called really. Maybe some chain. So let us continue the Sudoku with that. Maybe it will help us. So this cell is not an 8. We deduce that this cell is not an 8. This is a very tough deduction to see, guys, no doubt. So which means this is an 8. This can be removed of the 8. This is the most crucial deduction, I think, because I'm seeing more digits already because of this 8. So this gives a 2 here and this is not a 2 now. So this is 8 and 9. And now if you look at this cell, this becomes 3, 4, 6. You have a 3, 4, 9 here, so one of these two cells will contain 8. Let me use that. And now because of this 8, you get a 6, 7 pair in this column. So this is not an 8, which means this becomes 8, and this becomes 9, this becomes 8, this becomes 4, this becomes 3, this becomes 9. So I'm almost now convinced, at least 70% convinced, that this deduction is intended to be seen in the solve. Removing the 8 from here, because it's just because of that one deduction I was able to get the 8 here, was able to get a 2, remove the 8 from here, get an 8 here, 9 here, 8 here, and was able to finish box 2 very quickly. But still somewhat uncertain that this was intended to be found. So you can remove the 3 from here because of the 3 here. So 3 goes over here, right? So 4, 6 pair, okay. So let me look at column 5, 1, 3, 7 and 9, 5 and 8. So these two cells must be 2, 4, 6, and we have a 2, 4, 6 triplet. So 3, 5, 7, 8. These two cells must be 1 and 9, and there is a 9 here. So this is a 9 and this is a 1. So which means this is not a 1, this is 5 and 6. Okay, so let me look at this box, guys. That was, okay, there is a 4 here. This must be a 4, this must be a 7, this must be a 6. And because of the 7, 9 here, in box 7 you will get the 7, 9 pair here. There is a 9 here, which means that this would be 7, this would be 9, and this becomes 1, this becomes 8, this becomes 4, right? 6, 7, 9, 3, 4, 5. So these two cells must be, these three cells must be 1, 2 and 8. There is an 8 in rows 4 and 5. So this becomes 8. These two cells become 1 and 2. Okay, there is a 7 here. I can remove the 7 from here. So I need to go over to this part of the grid now. Okay, we place the 4 here, right? We could remove the 4s from here and here. So 6, 7 pair, which means this cell would be a 2, and this cell is not a 2, this cell is not a 2, 4, 6 pair, so this is a 2. So the middle 3 columns are also falling fast now, guys. And this cell can't be 2, 4, 5, 8, cannot be 3, 6 and 7. So this must be 1 and 9. Okay, you have a 2 here, right? So this must be a 2, and this must be a 1, this must be a 9. So this must be, cannot be a 6, so this is 1, 4, 7 for the row, and you have a 4, 5, 6 triplet in row 6, which means that 2 must go here. In row 7 you have 1, 4, 6 remaining, but 6 is here, so this must be 1 and 4. So we have a twist in the tail now. Seems to be slightly hard. I'm not really sure what am I seeing here. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. Okay, this must be 4, 5, 6 and 7. 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. So this must be 5, 6 and 7. Okay, there are only 2 cells left. I may as well write them. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. So this must be 4, 5, 6, 7, and this must be 1, 4, 5, 7, but 1 is here, right? 4, 5 and 7. Okay, I'm pretty certain there is no bug in the grid because there are many cells with more than 3 or more candidates. Okay, this is nice, guys. Look at these cells. This will probably help. So we have a Y-wing here, a classic case of Y-wing. So which means that, so in this cell is the hinge candidate, and these two cells are the wings, right? Row 3 column 7 and row 6 column 8 are the wings. And for those of you guys who are new to seeing this and who haven't seen Y-wing previously, please check out our Classic Sudoku playlist. We have covered Y-wings extensively in the video. So basically when you have a pattern like this, A, B, assume that digit 5 is A and digit 6 is B. So this becomes B and C. You have 6 here and a new digit 7 here. and you have A and C. A is 5 and C is 7. So when you have this pattern, the center cell, which is common to both of, which is able to see both of these cells, is the hinge cell, and these two cells are the wing cells. So when you have such a scenario, you can remove the common candidate between the wing cells from the cells which see both of those cells. So in this case, 8 is seeing both of these cells, and even this cell is seeing both of those cells. So if I have a 5 here, what happens is that you can remove the 5 from this cell. So if I have a 5 here, this becomes 6 and this becomes 7. And now you look at this cell. This can't contain both 5 and 7. So this is what the technique boils down to. You can remove the common cells from the wing cells in a Y wing. So this cannot be a 5. So I think that should strike the final coffin in the Sudoku. With this 4-6 we get a 5 here because of the 4-6 pair. This becomes 5, and now this becomes 6 and 7. Sorry, this is a 6 and 7. Still not over. Is there a potential unique rectangle? This is interesting, guys, even towards the end. So in a competition mode, I would probably have guessed and finished the Sudoku by now, but since we are solving leisurely, we'll solve what are the techniques hidden inside. I've already liked the Sudoku so much because of the techniques it's showing us. I've removed that because there is something else I feel in the grid. Okay, I see a lot of pairs of 6, and that should give us some clue probably. I have a 6 in these two cells, 6 in these two cells, 6 in these two cells. So why don't we do something, guys? So let me put this as red. So if there is a 6 here, this will not be a 6, right? Let me mark that yellow, and this would have to be a 6, right? If there is a 6 here, this is not a 6, this is a 6, and this becomes yellow. Or basically you can denote by using on off, on off. If this cell is on, then this cell would be off, this cell would be on, and this cell would be off, right? Can we continue that further? So this cell is yellow, right? If this is red, this is yellow, this is yellow, this is red, this is yellow. Just they are opposite polarities, or opposite of what comes in that cell. So can I continue further? I don't think so. Okay. But I've noticed something interesting, guys. Superb. So look at this cell, row 8, column 7. It is seeing both of those colors, right? So which means that this cell cannot be 4 and 6, because what basically happens is that if this is a 4, this becomes 6, this becomes 4, and this becomes 6. So this cell is seeing both 4 and 6. Doesn't matter. This cell can even be a 6. If this is 6, then it just becomes the opposite of that, right? Both 4 and 6. So this cell still can't be a 4 and 6. So you can remove the 4, 6 from those cells, right? A beautiful one to see. I think this is a simple coloring technique. This is what you call a simple coloring technique. You use the on-off thing to remove some candidates from common cells. Even we have covered a video on this too. So which means that this cell cannot be 4 and 6. So this must be a 5, 7. And now we have a 5, 7 pair in the grid, guys. So we should be quickly able to finish the grid. So this is a 6. This becomes 4. This becomes 6, this becomes 4, this becomes 6, this becomes 4, this becomes 1, this is a 6, and this 4 removes the 4 from here, and this one gives us a 7 here, which means this is 1 and this 7 gives 6, a 7, this 7 resolves this 5, 7 pair, and 5, 5, this would be a 5, this would be a 7, and this would be a 4. And with that we have completed this classic Sudoku by Philip Newman. If you guys knew what this technique is called, right, I eliminated the 8 from here. Under what category it comes, please let us know your thoughts in comments. So hope to see you again soon with a video, and take care until then. Bye bye.